How are you guys doing? How are we doing? Let me get a little bit lower. Yeah. How are we doing, guys? Welcome back to the Cho Show. Happy Friday, happy Friday, happy Friday. We are live, we are in color, and we have sound. And we're very excited to be here tonight. We got the live chat on. We're very happy to be here tonight. Let me lower this. Okay, that is better. That is better. We are live, we are in color, and we are happy to be here. We're very happy to be here. Wait, I kind of want to. Sorry, I'm like still adjusting this. Okay, that's better. Yeah, yeah, that's better. Hi Madison Rose, how are you? Beautiful. How are you today? How has your week been? It's been a long week for me. I was sick earlier this week. It's been a long week for me. I've had like the thousandth cold that I've had this year. So I'm over being sick. I'm really over having colds. I've never caught the cold so often than I have this year. I don't know what's wrong with me. Um, but regardless, the devil can't kill me. Not yet, at least, honey. So I'm still here. I'm still kicking. Um, just did a light parade with the kids. Oh, that sounds like fun. That sounds like a lot of fun, Madison Rose. Hopefully, you guys had fun. Hopefully, you guys all have fun. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. I didn't do anything fun this week, but I got a lot of stuff to do this weekend, unfortunately. I am going to a bunch of parties that I don't, quite frankly, really want to go to because it's cold. I'm not feeling particularly social. I love the hosts. These are really good friends of my partners. And so I'm going, because he wants to go. These are his good friends. Um, but I'm not feeling particularly social because I feel like I'm really behind in work. And the weekend is when I have time to catch up with work. And that's just not what's happening right now. um, anyway, we're here. What's new? What do you guys want to talk about? I don't have any comments, questions, no hello from anyone else outside of Madison Rose. Before we get started, no one's interested in the title of tonight's live stream. Candace this week, oh my God. Candace this week, oh my God, is right. Candace Owens is right. She's right. Hi, Mike's Lawn Care LLP. How are you, Mike? What's going on, Mike? Are you taking care of the lawns these days? What's going on with the lawns? We only have one like on the live stream, but we've got 12 viewers. Candace is so right. It hurts. It hurts. Candace Owens is so right that it hurts so bad. It hurts so bad for her to be so right. It's actually crazy. And, with Erica Kirk coming out, that they brought the big guns. Do you know what I mean? Like this is like the final boss. Hey, MOP. They've brought out the big guns, the emergency trump card with Erica Kirk because she's been in hiding all this time, outside of these, PR campaigns here, PR appearances here. She has really stayed above the fray, but they had to pull her out. And it's just now that she's speaking on this shit that Candace is saying, now I'm paying attention. And now that I'm paying attention to Erica Kirk, she looks really crazy, to be quite frank. She looks really crazy. Crazy as fuck, to be quite frank with you. Um, hey, Mr. Winter, how are you? I'm glad you made it. I'm talking about Candace Owens tonight. Welcome. It's just so interesting to me that a lot of people have opinions about Candace Owens. A lot of people have called her a liar, a conspiracy theorist, and they've called her all these things. But I can't see one person that has actually addressed the substance of what she has said, the inconsistencies that she has told, the lies that she has revealed that have been proven lies. I have a list of I have a list that I'm going to read of all the lies that she has found out to be verifiable. Right? These are not just opinions. It's not Candace Owens' opinion. These are facts. And no one seems to want to address any of those inconsistencies. But they're more concerned with just slandering her character, mischaracterizing her arguments, right? Because instead of addressing the very specific lies that she brings up, they're going to just tell you that she is accusing Erica Kirk of killing her husband. Do you know how, like, manipulation 101, take an argument from your opponent, twist it, create a straw man, and turn the argument into something else. Now, instead of you arguing the very specific things that Candace Owens is accusing others of lying about, instead of addressing those things, you're now trying to frame the argument as Candace Owens is accusing Erica Kirk of killing her husband. Do you agree with her or not? Do you disavow her or not? Well, that's a different question. But that's not something Candace Owens has ever posed. Do you know what I mean? So Candace Owens is right. And what's so funny about all this stuff going on is that the public sees right through these people. And so Candace Owens doesn't actually have to work very hard because even, most people, honestly, if I'm being honest, most people are as dumb as a bag of bricks. But even us dummies understand that we're being pissed on and told that it's raining right now. Even we get it. Even we understand that. We don't have to be coached very hard to understand that basic truth in terms of this Charlie Kirk assassination plot. Us dummies, we know that this is a setup and that Tyler Robinson didn't kill Charlie Kirk. We know that. So for them to say that this is just Candace Owens and conspiracy theorists, listen, Candace Owens is the number one podcast in the world for a reason. The people are actually on her side. The elitists are the ones that are trying to cast doubt on your common sense. Um, I am going to read a list of verifiable lies that Candace Owens has found that I just want to share with you guys because every time someone says that Candace Owens is a conspiracy theorist or that she's a liar or that she's accusing Charlie's wife of killing him, I want you guys to share this list of lies and just ask that person, um, can you address any of this? Um, I'm gonna read some comments first. Um, hey Elgin Johnson, where are you relocating to, Elgin? Hey, best of anime 1046. Pay rent now or am I selling your car? What? Everyone's crying, no evidence, but there is plenty of it. Plenty of it. Hey, awesome sauce. Why is there little to no coverage about the guy who unalived Charlie Kirk? The guy, because we don't know who killed Charlie Kirk, other than that it's the FBI or it's the FBI who killed him. Well, the FBI is covering up the assassination. Tyler Robinson didn't kill Charlie Kirk. Gunner experiences. I think Candace makes some good points. I think she's wrong on the bullet. Um, let's read. I'm gonna read some of the comments. I'm gonna read her list of um of details because it's interesting. It's really interesting. Um, she covers the Fed lies and oddities. Number one, the Fed said that Charlie was shot with a 3006. Number two, the lover text messages mysteriously presented without timestamps. I actually do want to expand on number two for her with my own opinion. Not only were the text messages presented without timestamps, which in and of itself proves that they were doctored, but when you read the lover's text messages, it sounds like AI. It sounds like AI, and it sounds like something a boomer would say. I don't know any Gen Xers or any Gen Zers who sound like the text messages that were presented. So not only does it sound unrealistic, it sounds like AI. It sounds like a boomer cop wrote these messages, but they're obviously forged because there are no timestamps anywhere in any of the text messages. Now, if you go to your cell phone right now, if you go to your cell phone right now and you scroll your text messages, there are going to be a couple timestamps here and there. Try it. Try it right now. So the text messages are fake. I also want to put another I want to put another thing on top of that is that the lover who presented the lover has immunity and is in protection of the FBI. Well, that's strange. That's strange that the alleged killer, assassin's girlfriend, who the assassin allegedly killed Kirk to protect her, is not being treated as an accomplice or someone who helped him to plan the assassination at all. Like she just completely got protected by the feds. It's giving Fed asset. It's giving asset. It's giving asset. But I digress. Number three, the feds lied about how Tyler Robinson was arrested. They claimed he confessed and turned himself in. That is not true. That's not true. That is not true at all. Why is no one addressing this? No, no. We are assuming that this guy has confessed and that he willingly turned himself in and that everything's peachy keen. Let's just sweep this under the rug. That's a lie. That's not true. Not true. Number four, the feds never revealed that Tyler Robinson was at Dairy Queen following the assassination. He was throwing clothes away in the cemetery next to the Dairy Queen. This is disruptive to their timeline. They said Tyler Robinson was arrested wearing a maroon shirt. This was not true. Also not true. This is all verifiably not true. Um the feds also number 6, the feds said that Tyler Robinson was suicidal, but also turned himself in because he was afraid of being shot by police. And number 7, my favorite. This is my favorite one. Um the feds say that the footage is mysteriously missing of Tyler Robinson turning himself in. It's just really, you know, this might be a coincidence. It has to be a coincidence. But it seems to me like whenever there's a high profile Fed cover up story happening, whether it's Epstein, whether it's Tyler Robinson, their cameras are never working. God damn it, the cameras are never working. These wonky cameras in 2025, they just never seem to work. They're always malfunctioning. Technology these days, right? I love it when it works, hate it when it doesn't work. Now, this is these are just a list of obvious lies and weird coincidences. Now, you can draw whatever conclusion you want to draw from these oddities and lies, but the one conclusion that I'm not drawing is that I am going to now eat the Fed slop with both hands. I'm not going to do that because they've proven to be untrustworthy already with this investigation. They have continuously lied about their own investigation. Why would they lie? I don't know why they would lie. And I'm not suggesting anything about them lying about their reasons because I don't know why they would lie. But what I'm saying is, why is it that we are being persecuted for pointing these things out? Why are we conspiracy theorists and we're messing up the investigation and we're harming the investigation for pointing out lies by the investigators? That's strange to me. That's a little bit strange to me. Now I'm gonna get to some comments. I'll get to some comments, but I do want to get on to 7 of TPUSA's verified lies. Now, to be honest, in terms of TPUSA and their lies. I'm not as invested in that part of the story as Candace is. I have not really done too much research into that because I think it's more important to follow the federal investigation. But the TPUSA stuff has some meat to it as well. And I'm gonna just read off the lies one by one. There's 7 of them that she lists. Okay. Number 1, the amazing, heroic, magnificent Mikey McCoy had blood all over him. Lie. Rob McCoy said this, and this was a lie. That was a lie. Um, the magnificent Mikey McCoy caught his father first. Another lie. These are all verifiable lies. Um, Charlie's neck stopped a 30-06 bullet because he ate salad and had strong bones. It was a modern day Christian miracle. He drank his milk, y'all. He drank his milk. He drank his milk. Charlie never wavered in his support for Israel. And Daddy BB said that one. Daddy BB, as soon as the hit was complete, Daddy BB came right on out and said he never wavered in his support for Israel. Meanwhile, weeks prior to his death, all the Zionists were calling him an anti-Semite. Why were they calling him an anti-Semite on Twitter weeks before his death? Why were they calling him an anti-Semite? Laura Loomer was basically calling him anti-Semitic. How is it that he never wavered in his support for Israel, yet he's also anti-Semitic? Strange. Very strange. This the inconsistencies are crazy to me, y'all. And you guys can't address any of this. And every time someone calls you crazy or calls Candace a nut, I want you to just repeat these verifiable truths or verifiable lies in this case. I'm not done. Charlie was a committed evangelical who only liked Catholic architecture. Another lie. The last one. Ben Shapiro and Charlie Kirk never had any bad blood between them. He hated Ben Shapiro. The text messages prove that. And Candace's text messages have timestamps. They got timestamps. Um, I just wanted to read. I just wanted to read all of those, the Fed lies. I don't really care too much about the TPUSA type stuff because that seems. I I don't know. I don't care as much about that list of lies and oddities, but the FBI's lies are big ones. They're big ones. They're big lies, and I think that those lies, that list, it proves that this is a cover up, an active cover up, and it's actually the sloppiest cover up we've seen in our lifetime. It's the sloppiest one since Epstein, and it's only been a couple years in between them. It's shocking. It's shocking to me. Um, So I don't know. What do you guys? Um, Charlie Kirk didn't hate Ben. He just no no. Charlie Kirk did not like Ben Shapiro because Ben Shapiro tried to curtail TPUSA. Ben Shapiro was a hater. Charlie Kirk and Candace Owens made fun of Ben behind his back all the time. Um, Christians are nuts. Yeah, some of them are nuts. They've already been proven, Richard Weber. What are you talking about? Hey, mixed martial artist, what's going on? I'm black and voted for Trump. Who got smoked? Well, no one has smoke for you here. I think most of us are Trump supporters here. Or, I mean, I don't support Trump, but I voted for him. Um, the gun just happened to be found on property owned by Palantir. What are the odds? Coincidence, I'm sure. No, it wasn't about it wasn't about the ideology, real term. It was personal. There was personal beef between him and That's the point that I'm making. That there was personal beef because of business. Now, luckily, Charlie Kirk was focused and didn't have time to dwell on said beef. But that doesn't mean that. I mean, just because someone's not like pulling and screeching and pulling each other's hair out doesn't mean that they don't have any personal beef. Charlie can be professional with anybody that he doesn't like. But to say that he didn't have personal beef with Ben Shapiro is a bit strange. That kid grabbed a rifle and killed that man in cold blood because he disagreed with him. How do you know that, Richard Weber? How do you know that? Where are your facts that he grabbed a rifle and killed the man in cold blood? Ever hear of Martin Luther King? Never heard of him. But I did hear about an MLK that was assassinated by the FBI as well. I've heard of a MLK assassination plot. Yeah, I've heard of that. You talking about that Martin Luther King? You talking about that Martin Luther King? Candace Owens risked it all during the BLM protest, and Ben was a coward during October 7 operations. Clock that T. Clock that T. Clock the T. 50 Cent versus Ben Shapiro. Who wins? 50 all day long. Richard Weber. So you just love eating FBI slop. I mean, listen, I'll be honest with you. It's better to be dumb and ignorant and susceptible to slop by the mainstream media. It's simpler. You can live life in a much more peaceful way, I think, when you know so little, Richard. So I listen, I'm envious of you. Government wants you to be fat. They want you to be sick. They want you to be poor. They want you to be ugly. They want you to be dependent on them. They want you to be drugged out. They want you to be addicted. They want you to be dead. When you understand that to your core, that that's what your government wants you, right? Then it's like The toothpaste is out of the bottle. You can't put it back in. And then once you understand that, Richard, then it's like, oh, this makes sense. The chart. Once you understand that prior notion, the Charlie Kirk assassination makes complete sense to you. But until you understand the former, you're not going to understand us conspiracy theorists. And it's okay. I'm not mad at you, Richard. I ain't mad at you. I'm not mad at you at all. You can have your opinion. You don't bother me none. Um, MLK was a no good troublemaker. You are dumb and ignorant. You are a dumb, stupid, ignorant cunt, Richard Weber. I'm a federal agent and you're clearly clueless. So you're a Fed. Okay, great. So we're gonna all take your word for it. Let's take the Fed's word for it, honey. Oh my God. The mailman's not part of the government, honey. Jesse Jackson is an agent. He set everything up for MLK to get popped. Really, you think that? I don't know about that. Maybe, but I don't know. I'm not fat, poor, dead. I didn't say that you were richer. I said the government wants you to be all those things. Our socialist, globalist government wants you to be all those things. This is why we have crony capitalism where it's not real capitalism because if only we had real capitalism, the world would be a much better place. But it's how they shift money to their friends overseas, people who create weapons of war. We create pharmaceuticals to keep people drugged up and sick forever so that they're patients forever. Um, look at our food systems. None of this is coincidence. None of this is coincidence. But again, until you understand that basic fact, which it's a basic fact, but it's an explosive one. When you understand that basic fact that dead, I mean, look at what they do with criminals. Look at how they treat criminals and how they treat self defense. It's non-existent, right? They want you dead. They want you dependent on them. They want to increase surveillance on you. They don't want you to have any freedoms or rights. Rights and freedoms are inconvenient. It's inconvenient. They're inconvenient. They don't want you to have any of that stuff. Once you understand that, the Charlie Kirk assassination plot, it's very mundane. It's very mundane. And the fact that the Fed can just give such sloppy lies and have you dumb cunts eat it up. I mean, you guys are as dumb as a bag of bricks. And I wish I was there with you. I wish I were there with you. Um, but I'm not, unfortunately. I'm not. Um, the mailman is not the government. The mailman's not. Stop. Stop. I mean, you're being ignorant and obtuse on purpose. The mailman's not making policy for me and you. What are you talking about? There's a difference between the federal employee and the government. People making mailmen are not creating policies. Socialism is bad. Yeah, it is. Thoughts on Chad O. Jackson's commentary on? I don't know who Chad O. Jackson is. No, I have no opinion on that. Send me a link to it on the Discord channel, Paul, and I'll look into it. Am I gay by chance? What do you think? Um, Nobody dictates what meds you take or what food you eat. Really? Really? So you don't know how subsidies work? You don't know how you don't know how government subsidies influence behavior? Again, you're a Fed, so you have to be. Listen, you've got to be smart. So you're. Not, so I haven't been talking to you, BP Slick, because you're actually smart. The difference between you and the others is that you're probably just evil. So you're okay giving the federal government more power than what they have. You're okay running cover for the government. You're okay with them assassinating civilians. You're okay with them ruining our food supply. You're okay with them playing with money, playing printing money, causing inflation. You're okay with all that stuff. Listen, they got good benefits, honey. I don't blame you. I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at you at all. They got good benefits. You're taking care of your wife and children as you should. Because I'm a strong believer in taking care of your own first. Take care of your household first. I wish you had a different occupation. Um, I wish you wouldn't be, sucking dick, sucking fat dick for a living, being a dog of the government, being an attack dog of the government. That's embarrassing. But do what you gotta do to take care of your children. I get it. Um, um, how was MLK a troublemaker? He was doing what was right, and he got dealt with just like Charlie. The puppet masters don't like the good guys. Um, what does MLK have to do with this? Well, he was also assassinated by the FBI, and or the FBI covered up his assassination. I buy zero meat from grocery stores. I kill my food. Well, good for you. Back, batty back. What's good, scat? You be 10 toes down? What does that mean? 10 toes down. What's good, scat? I don't know what you're talking about, but hello, how are you? I'm evil because I'm literally bled from my country. Yes. Yeah, you are. You're a puppet. Worse than that, you're a puppet that causes harm. You're a strong puppet. Because here you are in the comment section fighting for fighting for this federal government of yours that you love so much. Mhm. Yeah, obtuse, useful idiot, a useful idiot you are. Government subsidies influence bad behavior. Yeah, they do, Steve. And several weeks ago, when we were talking about the whole SNAP situation, I did a whole diatribe about how SNAP is terrible and how it literally subsidizes obesity. Literally. Literally. Um, we just had a bit, we're currently having a discussion in the Discord channel right now, in the food channel, about I posted two graphs showing the trends of obesity, um, and then I showed another map showing the percentage of households on SNAP benefits. And what do you know? What do you know? Another coincidence, but it appears as though areas that have high percentages of SNAP households also have high rates of obesity. In that episode that I did about SNAP benefits, I also discovered some data showing that that SNAP households actually spend more money on food than non-SNAP households. Isn't that interesting? Um, isn't that interesting that they do that? They actually spend more money on on food. And so it's so funny to me that people are just okay with your tax dollars being stolen by our federal government in order to and I don't want people to think that I'm trying to beat up on poor people cuz I'm not. Cuz it's more insidious than lambasting poor people for their poor decision making, pun intended. But it's not about that cuz the government doesn't give a fuck. Really, it's about them giving money to their favorite industries, right? You know, Coca Cola and Pepsi, they donate a lot of money to these politicians. And so they're not donating money to these politicians for no reason. No. No, 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 no. No. They want something in return. They want even more money to be returned. They want an ROI in these politicians. And so the real story is not that, oh, they're taking our tax dollars and they're making people fat. That's not the real story. That's, yeah, that's important and that's bad. But the real story is that the government is stealing money in order to line the pockets of Coca-Cola and these super gigantic, massive, overbloated companies, these corporations, these megacorps. They're picking winners and losers in a free market. That's your federal government's doing that. That's the story. But I'm sure our resident Fed, what's his name? BP Slick, our resident pig, he loves it. He loves what our government's doing. He loves it. He supports it. He loves that his tax dollars are being stolen to be given away to Coca-Cola, big pop industry. He loves that even though he even though he eats all his own meat, he kills his own meat for his family because he's a big buff guy, y'all. He's a tough guy, very masculine guy. He is, right? He's a federal agent. He's bled for this country. Like I give a shit. Yeah, like that's supposed to make me think that his opinion's even more valuable than mine. No, that's not how this works, honey. Not how this works. Um, he supports this. He loves that. He loves his federal government, his overlords. Again, he got a good pension packet. So I'm not going to hate too hard because a motherfucker has to provide for his family. And as a father, you guys know I love good fathers. And especially me coming from a black household, strong father, I appreciate strong fathers that provide for their families. So I'm never going to take that away from a motherfucker. Ever, 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 ever. You know. So, yes, that's just one example of how government subsidies influence bad behavior, which again, BP Slick doesn't seem to, he seems to not understand this. Like when I said that, he acted all confused. Like I had said something crazy. I don't know. Weird. Weird. Um, you need men like me to survive, but thank God for men like you. Useful idiots. Who cares about snap losers? It's not about snap losers like I just explained. It's about the government stealing individuals' wealth in order to benefit super corporations, mega corporations, at the detriment of other people's health. Yes, that's a byproduct. That's a byproduct, is that people are becoming less healthy, they're becoming unhealthier. But that's not the objective. The main objective is to line the pockets of their friends, to jack off their friends using your money. Um, yeah, poor people are stupid. Shocking. Again, you missed the whole point of the you missed the whole point. Hi David Boles. Liberals believe Batman is a billionaire who beats on the homeless. Oh, hey Leah. Oh, you're fine. You're okay. Did y'all like the stream? That is the real question. Did y'all like the stream? You missed the Candace rant. Yeah, it was a quickie. I have all yaps on. I do. I do. I do. I do. My Candace Owens rant was short and sweet. I really just reiterated her 14 verified lies. And then we got a federal agent in here capping and caping for the government. So we did have that. Our very own Fed was in the chat, honey. Um, Join the Discord channel. I've mentioned the Discord channel a couple times now, but feel free to join it. Click it. It's the pinned comment below. If you're on mobile, above if you're on PC, just take a little screenshot of that link, post that link in your web browser, and that will give you instant access to the Discord channel. Hi, Isabel. Most people don't know what they actually make minus taxes. If they paid attention, there would be an upheaval. Well, you know what? That's so funny, Paul Gates. You're totally right. And it's like, imagine this. Imagine that you got paid your gross pay every 2 weeks, right? And every 2 weeks, your boss paid you your check, right? In cash. And you say, okay, thanks, boss. See you next week. And as you're walking out the door, you see a guy who says, I'm from the government with a gun, saying, before you leave, I'm going to need 30%. That's what's effectively happening. And I almost feel like them taking it out of your check so easily is where we really went downhill. You should have to come after me to get my tax money, right? Under no reason should it be easy for the government to just steal your wealth and your income. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. It's it's wildly disgusting to me. Um Especially when you consider the fact that everything's taxed multiple times. The same dollar is taxed so many times during its lifetime. It's disgusting. Um Income tax is ridiculous. Income tax in and of itself is immoral. Full stop. Full stop. Hi, Starboy the Night. How are you? Love you too. I love seeing a bunch of love like that. I love like the little star shot, the star shooting star with the rose. I love that so much. How are you, Starboy? What's going on, Starboy? How was your week? Almost everything we buy is taxed. Yeah, and everything you don't buy is taxed too. Everything you own is taxed. Even your home, you never even own your own home. You always rent your home from the government. Try not paying your property taxes for a couple years. Take your home. It's crazy. You're forever renting. Forever renter. He gets 30%, then they get more every time you spend what you have left. Then they tax you on your assets. And they tax you when you die too. People put up with it. They do. Property taxes are immoral. We can never truly own property. I agree. I don't believe that anyone's home should have any property tax on it. I think investment properties, a case could be made that that should be taxed. I think a fair argument could be made that um, investment properties could be taxed, but your home that you live in, your primary residence, should never be taxed. The fuck? It's crazy. Canada, where I live, we are taxed into oblivion. And we are down here in America too. The problem with America is that we do provide a lot of unique ways to avoid taxation that only the wealthy and highly educated are able to access because it's locked behind loads and loads of code, right? Of tax code. The IRS is so complicated, and it's complicated on purpose because they want you to have to pay somebody to do your taxes, right? It can't just be simple. No, because they couldn't steal as much if it were simple. No. You can shove your social services up your ass. Blue skies. How how is your social services doing? How's society these days? How's social services doing for society these days? Homelessness is okay. Mental health is okay. Drug usage is okay. How's housing? What's going on with education these days? So you can kiss my ass with the whole, but social services. What about the social services? They're not run well. They're not run well. What are you, look at healthcare. What are you talking about? What are you talking about fucking social services? Stop. 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 They tax cars every time they're sold. They can get more in sales tax on a car than it even costs brand new. Well, I listen. I believe that sales tax, run that shit up high. You don't have to always buy a new car, right? You don't have to buy a fucking yacht. All these millionaires, billionaires spending all this fucking money. If you really want, listen, if you really want the rich to pay their fair share, which they are already, if you want them to pay their fair share, give us a sales tax. Increase the sales tax and reduce income taxes. They can't avoid that. Imagine a billionaire not spending no money. They can't avoid that, honey. They're narcissists. They're animals. Billionaires are not. They're like different. They're like aliens. Their brain chemistry is really fucked up. A billionaire's brain chemistry is really fucked up. They're not human in the same way that you and I are. That's just true. Sorry. That's true. The brain chemistry gets fucked up when you reach billionaire status. They can't help but to spend money. Um, Canada's about 50%, including what we buy. Free tax USA. Try it. What's your job? I manage a restaurant. Blue skies. I manage a restaurant. So take taxes away and it makes those things better. Maybe actually, yeah. Potentially. What happens when you take the taxes away? You have to actually prioritize. And individuals are going to have more money in their pockets to do what they want with. You know. Um but it's not just the money. It's also the inefficiency. For example, um I, I'm again, I'm sorry about this, but I'm sorry to be, a dead dog, but the SNAP benefits completely wasteful, completely wasteful, completely fucking waste of money. And I say this as someone that studied nutrition, who was previously ignorant to SNAP benefits and the intricacies of the program until the last month or two when I started to really do some digging and some research. And it's pretty terrible. Really, really, really terrible. And it's an example of one of those social services that we need to just fucking cut and start anew. We need to start anew and really put the money towards things that are effective, that are going to supplement nutrition. I'll say that again. It's going to supplement nutrition, not increase obesity rates. We can talk about housing and how inefficient these housing programs are. We can talk about rent control and how inefficient that is at reducing rent prices. I mean, there's how much time do you have, Blue Skies, when it comes to these social services? I'm sorry, but I don't listen. Me personally, I can fuck up my own money. I've done it before. I'm gonna do it again. I can I can go into debt for a Hermes bag my damn self. I don't need you to take my tax money to piss it off on some dumbass fucking program. I don't need you to waste my money for me. Let me waste my money. Let me waste it. Because I would love a Hermes Birkin, size 30, in the color camel. Wink wink. Like I can do that myself. um I don't know. I just feel like if if my money is going to be wasted, if I'm going to go into debt with my money, I'd rather be the one getting something out of it. A new bag, a new outfit, a new car. I don't want the government to be in debt with my money. I can waste my own fucking money. Is that is that a controversial take? I don't think it is, but I don't think it is. But maybe I'm crazy. I don't know. Blue skies in your name. All I need to know. Sorry, I wasn't trying to upset you. I pay taxes for schools and I don't have kids. I'm okay with that. Girl, stop. Because I'm not okay for paying taxes for schools in Columbus, Ohio when they still have a D plus rating. Not okay with it because my taxes are not giving my community an ROI. What it's doing is it's inflating the budgets and salaries of administration, and my money is being wasted not on the things it should be put towards, like the children's fucking education, but a bunch of bullshit. So, no, again, I'd rather try putting my money towards education than letting the government do it because they are fucking it up. I don't understand what's so hard to understand that about that. I don't get what's so hard to understand about that. If the government is doing a horrible job at something, maybe we ought to stop funding the government at doing that job. That's the stance. Not a complicated one. If the government is doing a horrible job at a project, I think we ought to stop funding, just like in the free market. If you're paying a motherfucker to paint your house and he paints in the first room, he fucks the first room up and picks the wrong paint color, spends the entire budget on expensive paint, the wrong color, are you then going to pay him to paint all other seven of the rooms in your home? Well, if you're a dumb cunt like Blue Skies or the federal agent from earlier, then yeah, you are. Sure, take more of my money. But for us more reasonable, we disagree with that notion. No, let me go pay someone else to paint my house since you've proven that you're incompetent at it. What I'm explaining to you guys tonight are very simple libertarian principles. Very bare bones. I'm giving you 1 plus 1. I'm giving, if Johnny has 2 apples and Kayla has 1 apple, how many apples? This is what I'm giving you. I'm giving you very basic libertarian policies here, principles here. This is not rocket science. Um, you're not upsetting him, baby. Yeah, I get the nasally voice. I'm not upset when I put the nasally voice on. It's just the opportunity for me to make fun of you. And yeah, I am a little bit rude to you. Sorry, I was rude. Sorry. Had some thick skin. Sorry. I'm just happy to have you. Most of our taxes are paying interest on debt and wars abroad. Yeah. That and DHS, DCS, aka legal human. Yeah. Nutrition should be taught in high school. It should be taught in elementary school. It should be taught throughout your entire education. Elementary, high school, and mandatory at all liberal arts colleges. Mandatory. Why the fuck am I taking a philosophy class at my liberal arts college? No, I love my philosophy class, but if I gotta take fucking bio, like actually, honestly, nutrition is more important than biology, which is why it's so weird to me that our doctors don't fucking know nutrition. Doctors aren't even educated in nutrition. They take like what, less than like a semester of nutrition. It's fucking wild. But again, the money is in reacting. The money is in treating. The money is not in prevention. But here we go again with my conspiracy theories and whatnot. Y'all know I was a conspiracy theorist. So, I mean, you know, all of these programs are rolled out as temporary. And what happened? People abuse the system and end up on these benefits for 10, 15, 20, 40 years. Ridiculous. Oh, girl, it's too late to clean the specs. That's got to happen within the first 10 minutes of the stream, or it's too late. I don't like paying taxes for school, and the kids can't write their own name in cursive. Hello? They can't read a book, count change, balance a bank account, apply for a job, or cook a simple meal. Fail. That part. I am 100 for homeschooling kids. Well, yeah, if that's what you want to do, but you shouldn't have to homeschool your kids. You shouldn't have to fucking homeschool your kids. And there's plenty of public schools around the nation that are excellent. And I know this firsthand because I've been around some of these public schools that are fucking phenomenal. So it's not a matter of public school bad, homeschooling good. It's a matter of what are we incentivizing our teachers to teach? What are we incentivizing our schools to emphasize in the classroom? And how is that different depending on the region, depending on the city, depending on the school, right? It's a nuanced topic, but I understand that when you look at public school in general, fuck no, I don't want my kids in public school because there's more public schools that are in disarray than not, and that is a fact. I also think it's up to the parents being involved. I teach my child what I want him to know in life. I don't expect the teachers to be the only voices they hear. True. That's very true. Parents have to be an active participation, regardless of what type of schooling they're in. Parents have to be an active participant. Well, and another point that I didn't think of, but it's so fucking obviously, it says you definitely shouldn't be forced to homeschool when a portion of your taxes go to the schools in your area. That part, heavy on that part. I started my son with an Acorns early account to teach him about earning and using his own money. He earned a base pay of $10 his age, and he can earn more through side hustles, chores. That part. I love that. I love that Island Girl. I love that. Yeah. I think that's incredible. You're on the right path and you're a great mother. Public is better, my opinion. Well, thanks for your opinion, Benjamin. Happy Friday, Daniel. I love that. I was thinking of starting a savings and chore chart for my kiddos. Well, that's interesting because Leah, you have like little kids, right? Like your kids are just now really starting school, right? So when is it appropriate to start like chores, right? I don't know. Maybe the earlier the better. Like, okay, like if you want to have playtime, playtime also includes cleanup time. I don't know. Hey Dave, what's going on, Dave? How are you? What's happening? What's the tea? It actually saves me money doing that with him because I was mindlessly giving him money here and there anyway, but he wasn't learning the value of money. He started understanding when he had to pay for his wants. That part. And that's very, very important for people to understand as early as possible because it ends up leading to them making better financial decisions for themselves later on in life. 4 and 5. Okay, yeah, okay. You got little ones, Leah. You got baby babies. Baby babies. Good to see you too, Dave. Good to see you too. How was your week, Dave? It was great. I just finished my Christmas shopping. What was the most exciting thing that you bought for someone? Like the one gift that you think is going to be like really well received. I even have him be self aware. Like, okay, well, you just spent $20 on Roblox this week and only earned $20 this week. Do you want to go over? If so, you can work more jobs or make a budget. That part. Let him know that buying all those fucking skins on Roblox is going to cost him effort. Roblox skins don't grow on trees. You don't just click a button and they appear. You know what I mean? People have to understand how value is created and they have to understand time's relationship with money. It's very, very important. Chores can start simple, like picking up toys, setting the table, or vacuuming the floors. You know what I just thought too, Leah? Like, what if your kids helped you start cooking? Like, that would be so cute, right? Cooking. Oh my God, Ben, I hate you so much. Petty ass Ben says, are you gonna have to get a new hat once you finish your healing era? Bitch, I'm always healing. I am perpetually healing. Perpetually healing, Ben. Always. So no, never getting a new hat. That's funny. Hey, Puppet Master. I'm not well because I have been looking for Elden Ring, Night Rain people to play with, and nobody wants to play with me. I'm like still like I feel like such a lonely bitch. I feel like I have monkeypox because I have been unable to make any friends that are willing to play Elden Ring, Night Rain with me. And I can't beat the Drag Lord, the latest DLC boss. I cannot beat him. He's been fucking me up. You know, I fought him for the first time the other night, and I got through. Spoilers. I'm giving spoilers. Mute this for the next couple minutes if you don't want spoilers. But I I fought the Dread Lord, which is the final boss of the DLC, and I beat the first phase. And the way they do it is like you have to be, like it's like a full bar, a full health bar. Okay, I beat that motherfucker. He's laying down. He's getting ready to evaporate, and I'm like, I'm spinning up all my FP points, taunting, taunt. I'm like, bitch, hey, like, I just did. I just shitted on him. Just shitted on him, right? Spinning all my FP bar up because it's over, right? It's so like, and then when he got back up, he got back up with a whole another health bar for a second phase. And when I say second phase, it's not giving like it's not giving like okay, you fight the boss, you get his health bar down to 50% second phase. No. It's like it's another boss battle, but it's the same boss. So two full health bars. I was so gagged, and I had no FP. I had no FP, so I could do no magical abilities. I had no FP at all. I was so gagged, bound, and shaken, and then I got fucked. And I've been getting fucked ever since. So I really need some help beating the Dread Lord. So if, I don't know, I need help. Help me. Somebody help me. Um, we kind of do that now. I even got him this adorable tiny chef kit, like the plastic knives and a tiny cutting board. Oh, that's nice. That's so cool. Oh, who do you main in Apex? I'm a Mad Maggie main, but I love Caustic too. I'm not. I love Caustic the most, but I'm not. I'm not as good with Caustic. Caustic is like kind of a high IQ player to play, and I like to play him, but I mean, I'm self-aware to know that I'm not that good at him, but I do really enjoy his play style. I'm more of a defensive type of. I'm drawn towards defensive type characters or controller type characters. So I do like Caustic, but I'm not very good with him. Um, Mad Maggie is easy to play, so I do like her a lot because I'm really effective with her. Um, you would have to teach me how to play. Oh my god, girl, we would like you would gag. You would gag at Night Rain. It's so hard. Elden Ring is such a hard game. It's just hard. Um, I have awe and faves are Fuse, Caustic, Sparrow. Oh, I hear Sparrow's really good. I hear he's really fun. Oh my god, I have to blow my nose. I'm like draining everything. I'm like everything's coming out. It's coming out. It's coming out of her. Yeah, everything's coming out of me. I'm draining everything. I've been sick. And again, you know what? Again, I'm a put a shout out. Not sponsored, but sponsored by Tylenol for adults. Cold in the head, congestion severe. This shit, I had my severe cold for all of 2 days. And that was it. And I was back on my feet. A bitch was back on her feet after 2 days. Love it. And I hate to give any pharmaceutical company any type of tea, any type of like props, but this shit had me back on my feet. So I'm just saying it how it is. Oh my god, guys, I have some other really breaking news. to share with you guys. So every year I do an unboxing around this time. Usually it's an advent calendar of sorts. Um, it's an advent calendar of sorts. And 2 years ago, I did a matcha advent calendar, which I love advent calendars with matcha because I love matcha so much. But then last year, I did the Bon Mon Mon advent calendar, which, if you don't know what Bon Mon Mon is, it's a fancy, expensive, rich person jelly. And that's the only jelly I get because it's really great. It's really great. It's preserves, actually. And so this year, I didn't really have anything planned. Didn't have anything planned at all. Wasn't going to do anything for the first time in 3 years. But one of my rich friends, one of my rich Judies from San Francisco, she like makes $300,000 a year. It's crazy. She's like actually a real rich bitch, right? She's a baddie. Love her so much. But anyway, she sent me. I'm gonna just show you. I'm gonna just show you because I'm so excited. I'm gonna try filming it this weekend, at least the beginning video. But she sent me this really expensive gift because she enjoys my unboxings. She loves to watch me unbox shit, right? And because she's a rich bitch, she can just buy shit, right? And make people do shit like me. So she bought me um, the Ultimate Tinned Fish Gift Pack by Fishwife. Now, I'm not going to open it yet because I want to have my genuine shock and awe when I film the video. But Fishwife, if you don't know, is a high end fish tin company, right? Now, this is so funny to me because it's one of those things where something that is like poor person coded or poverty coded. Like I eat canned tuna from Walmart, right? I don't have a lot of money. I'm on a budget. So I buy my canned fish from Walmart. Okay? That's kind of budget I'm on. Somehow, some way, I don't know when this happened, but eating canned seafood has become a rich person thing. I and apparently Fishwife is in on that trend. So Fishwife is apparently this brand that rich people buy where they eat canned tuna or canned salmon, canned octopus, canned sea urchin, anything from the sea, they put it in a fucking can and they give it some fancy packaging, beautiful names, beautiful colors, beautiful dressings, and apparently it's really good. But all the rich people are crazy about it. So my friend, who again is a rich bitch, makes 300K plus a year, was telling me we went to I mean not high school, we went to college together. But she's telling me, well, Joe, all my rich friends are obsessed with this, and I want to see you unbox this, so I just put it in the mail. It's on its way. And I was like, okay, girl. I'm like, okay, girl, fine. I'll do it. Thank you in advance. And she knows I'm pescatarian. So I'm really excited. I'm really, really excited for this unboxing this year. My yearly holiday unboxing series. I always do a series every year, so this is gonna be the series this year. It's me unboxing this tinned seafood. Like even calling it tinned, who calls it tinned tuna? It's can of tuna. I'm gonna try to not be so bourgeoisie as I eat this stuff. I'm gonna try to be all prim and proper and you know I'm having my tinned tuna. So I'm very excited. I'm very excited. Fishwife. So not sponsored or not even gifted by the company itself, but by my good friend, my good Judy. I don't know if she wants me to say her name or not. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. But um, yeah. Um, Shot of whiskey. Wait, I've went through like 3 boxes of Alka-Seltzer in less than 2 weeks. Only now starting to feel better. What's wrong, Ben? Oh my God, I feel better. Do you have a cold? Do you have a sinus infection? I had a sinus thing, and I'm telling you, Tylenol, cold, and heads congestion severe. This is what you want. It's what you want, bitch. I love a canned tuna. I love a canned tuna. I love canned tuna. I love canned mackerel. And for the longest, I thought that this is something people did that was on budgets, looking for a quick protein source. You know what I mean? Not trying to cook nothing. Like that's why I eat it. I didn't know that it was like a fancy thing, but apparently it's a fancy thing for fancy people now. And I'm fancy, right? So it makes sense, and I'm gonna be unboxing it, I guess. Shot of whiskey, lemon juice, apple cider vinegar, honey. I don't like whiskey, Puppet Master. I don't drink whiskey. Well, I don't drink alcohol anymore anyway, but I never liked whiskey. I'm more of a gin guy. I love a Bombay Sapphire or a Hendrix. I love myself a French 75. I love a French 75. Um but Puppet Master, I did drink something similar last night. It was honey, cayenne pepper, cinnamon, lemon juice, and hot water. It's like a hot, spicy lemonade. It's really, really tasty. Great for the throat. Canned tuna, yeah. Imagine you love it so much you get it. I hope I don't because I really can't afford it. I mean, the package, the box that she sent me is like $200 or like 150. I know it's like at least 150, and I don't know how much fucking fish is in this little box. I don't know. I mean, I'm not gonna open it so you guys can see, but cause I don't want to spoil myself. But I can't imagine how much fish is in here. But it's up to like 150, $200. I can't imagine. Not enough. I can tell you that much. Not enough. Not enough. There's not an 150 bucks for this. Not enough seafood in here. Bitch, let me do the math. Get your calculators out. Cause you want to go to Walmart right now. You want to go to Walmart right now. My canned mackerel. I love a good piece of canned mackerel from Walmart. I do. I do. That's kind of my jam. Yeah. 296. So let's just say on the low end that box is $150 divided by 296. That's 50 fucking cans of mackerel from Walmart. And I know there's not 50 cans of fish in here. I could feed myself. I could have mackerel for the next 50 days for $150. There's not 50 tins of fish in there. I know that for a fact. So anyway, the shit's expensive. I don't even know what's in it. I know it's expensive. Um yeah, I can't afford that. Anyway, guys, we're gonna end the stream. It's been about 90 minutes. We're gonna end it on time. I've got a busy day tomorrow. I've got um I got volunteering to do tomorrow. I've got some holiday parties to attend tomorrow. Um I've got to do some cooking for one of those holiday parties tomorrow. And then tomorrow night's stream is going to be a little bit different because it is going to be centered around some entertainment news. Um, it's going to be about Candy and Todd Tucker getting divorced from the Real Housewives of Atlanta. If if you're black, you probably know exactly who I'm talking about. If you are a fan of Real Housewives of Atlanta, you definitely know who I'm talking about. But I'm not really going to be talking about it from the perspective of like a Housewives fan, but more so about the legal side of things, like prenuptial agreements and divorce proceedings and divorce law. So there's a lot of speculation on what's going to be going down between the divorce. And I don't, I'll get into it tomorrow. But I want to give some of my um, opinions about the situation since I've been dragged online about it quite a bit on Twitter. I'm always getting dragged. The girls are always coming for me on Twitter, but they can never find me. It's fine. Um, but anyway, we're gonna go. Oh hey DJ, thanks for lurking. Thank you, Leah. I'll see. Thank you all for being here. Feel better, Ben. I'm so sorry you're not feeling well. Feel better. Um, Thank you, Green Tea. Thank you, Puppet Master. Thank you, Island Girl and Dave and Daniel and everyone else that I missed. I think Mr. Winter, he probably left. He's tired. He's always struggling to stay up late for me, so I appreciate you too, Brock. Okay,